Hey everybody, what's up? Jason Collings here. I do stand-up. Welcome back to the little show that I'm doing. I'm doing a little different. I'm doing vertical. I don't know if that's okay or not. I am a Gen Xer. Learning as I go, on the job training. But I'm going to try it this way for a minute because I like the way it looks. I do like the way it looks this way. It's a little, fits on your screen cool and all that stuff. Anyways, welcome back to I Do Stand Up. This is number, I believe, 14. And today I want to talk about something that I've been thinking about a lot over the years. Hold on a second. Let me straighten. I have a little model car there that I wanted to straighten up. I've been thinking about this a little bit over the years because I've noticed that a lot of comedians coming into the game, they're pretending. They're pretending that they're upset. And they're pretending that comedians are tortured souls. That's a stereotype that we get. Yes, a lot of comedians have anxiety. A lot of comedians go to therapy. A lot of comedians are depressed, have depression, clinical depression. And I mean diagnosed. A lot of these young guys like to self-diagnose. I have ADHD, I have ABDD, I have all the letters. PTSD, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A, E, I, O, U, sometimes Y. You guys love self-diagnosing. Now, a lot of us are diagnosed clinically depressed. We have anxiety, which I've told you before. There's a difference between stress and anxiety. A lot of you younger people confuse the two things. Stress and anxiety, two different things. Anxiety is when I was driving to my gig the other night, I had to pull over because I couldn't breathe. But you guys, if you've heard my bit, you guys will be at a restaurant and go, oh my God, this dessert menu is too big. It's giving me way too much anxiety. Not how it works. That's just, put a helmet on. It's going to get tougher. But we get stereotyped. Comedians, I've had people ask me, is it true that you guys are all fucked up? Is it true that you're a bunch of sad clowns? And yeah, but it's not specific to stand-up. Because guess what? Police officers have those issues. Teachers have those issues. Firefighters have those issues. Accountants have those issues. Restaurant servers have those issues. Cooks, chefs, name it. Everyone has those issues because, hey, welcome to humanity, okay? But it's not a stereotypical. You don't have to walk around with your hoodie on, dressed like a freaking school shooter, and say, I'm like this because why I do comedy, because I'm like this. I see a lot of BS. I see a lot of acting. And one of the things that happens with comedy, with stand-up comedy specifically, is, in my opinion, and I've said this before, it's the least respected art form. People get into it because it looks like something easy to do. And these days, it kind of is easy to get into it. It's not easy to do it good, but it's one of those careers or jobs or trades, if whatever you want to call it, that you don't have to interview for it. You don't have to go to school for it. You don't have to take a test for it. You just show up and do it. And that's why so many people do that. Because it's, especially in the age of social media, it's really easy to find a stage and just start telling jokes. And there's another thing I like to tell these people that ask me, how do I get into comedy? Yo, it's not rocket science, dude. Here's how you get into comedy. You find an open mic, you walk up on stage and you start talking into that mic. And then guess what? You're doing stand-up. But the stereotype that we're all miserable, horribly unhappy people is absolute bullshit. There are people in this that have that issue, that have all those things. But it's not specific to stand-up comedy. Also, guess what? When you walk around with your joke book in your hand everywhere you go, you're acting. You're acting like a stand-up comedian. And that's what I was going to say. I see a lot of actors doing stand-up and they're treating it like a role they're playing. They've changed the way they dress. They changed the way they talk. A lot of comedians do this fake laugh at other comedians. Don't, if you're fake laughing at my jokes in the back of the room, go away. Go away, please. Don't want it. Don't need it. So yeah, that is not specific to stand-up comedy. This morose, sad clown, this just tragic character. My life is horrible. It's full of tragedy. So I turn to the stage, and I turn to the ha-has and the hee-hees and the guffaws and the snorts and the giggles. Oh, shit. It's not part of the deal. It's not a requirement. If you feel like you're too happy, I'm too happy. I can't do. I've had somebody say to me, I don't know if I can do stand-up comedy. I'm a really happy person. Fucking, you could still do stand-up comedy. Sorry about that. I don't like it when people do podcasts and take drinks and bites of food and chew gum during the recording. But hey, a little bit parched. Needed my whistle wetted. Needed to wet my whistle. But yeah, man, that's just a stereotype. We're not all like that. If you see me, if you know me from my social media or television or whatever, and you see me in the world, don't be afraid to come up and talk to me. I'm not miserable. It's like they think we're gonna go like this when you come and talk. Yeah, go away, go away. No, I'm gonna be really happy and say, hey man, thanks man, appreciate the comments. Thank you so much. We are in the silly business. Okay? So, in order for me to make people happy and me to make people laugh, I have to have that in me as well. You know, we're not all miserable, man. And even the ones that seem like they are on stage, it's a persona. You know, some of them are, and they've figured out how to make it as part of their act, and I fucking love that. That's great writing. But you know what? It's a stereotype. And, like, if you notice, a lot of comedians talk the same on stage. I'm going to point this out, and you're going to notice it now when you watch comedy. The uptone. Hey, so I was walking down the street the other day, and the guy at the cell phone store said, da-da-da, uptone, 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 I'm a robot, I'm uptone, uptone. And the reason that so many of them speak the same is because they're acting like what they think a comic is supposed to talk like. You know? I mean, how many new comics or young comics do you see out there holding the microphone and doing this, and doing this, and doing this? This is Shane fucking Gillis, you guys, who, by the way, is an incredible stand-up comic. And you could tell when a comedian is a fan of Shane Gillis, because he's going to go on stage and talk just like, and then oops, fuck that up. And then there's the comedian. I'm getting excited with my anger. And then there's the comedian. Hey, it talks like a robot, and there's this Mark Norman thing. You can tell he's been watching Mark Norman videos. I'm talking on stage like I talk anywhere else. It's another thing. I met this comedian. He was basically doing a very good Mark Norman impression on stage. And then when he got off stage, he didn't talk like that. Mark Norman, on the other hand, you see him on every podcast. That's how he talks. That's why he's talking like that on stage. That's how they are all the time. It's not a character that they're acting out. Do you know what I mean? So what my point in all this is, my point in saying all this is my advice to young comics coming up. Yes, look at the comic that you admire. You know, watch him. That's great. And most of us got into stand-up because we saw somebody that we admired doing it. And we all say, I want to do that. And, but find your own voice. Think about how you talk in conversations with people. Because I like stand-up comedy to feel like a conversation, not an actual conversation. I'm not talking to you in the audience. I'm talking to you, but I don't need you to talk back. That's not my fucking thing. Don't you dare. Don't you dare. Let me do my act, because I'm a storyteller. It's another thing. Come on. Audiences, chill the fuck out. We're not all the same. That's another thing I need to tell the audiences. We're not all the same. We're not all Matt Rife. We all don't want to talk to you. We all don't want to have a conversation with you. We want to tell our stories and do our act, and we want you to enjoy them. And you're not part of the act. I personally believe that comedians who do the entire set of all crowd work should pay the audience, or they shouldn't have to pay for tickets. If they're going to be part of the show, they shouldn't have to buy a ticket to the show. Imagine if at the end of the show, you have to remember everybody. Okay, I asked her name. I asked her how old she was. I asked her how long she's been. Okay, I gotta owe her that money. Oh, this guy told me what he did for a living. Oh shit, I gotta owe him money. That'd be fucking a disaster, wouldn't it? But I'm not a crowd work comic. I'm gonna toot my own horn real quick. I'm very good at crowd work, but I also believe that the audience deserves to hear what I have to say without being part of the act. Now what's happening is these audiences are thinking that we're all the same, and they're coming to shows and they're yelling out yelling stuff out, want to be part of it. I want to sit in the front row. I want to talk to the comedian. I want to tell him what I think. Dude, not at my show. Not at my show. I will do crowd work if a situation arises that requires me to talk to the audience and address some things. But I'm also going to do my bits. I'm going to do my jokes. I'm going to do my stories. And I hope you enjoy them without thinking you have to chime in. So anyways, yeah, we're not all the same. We're not all the same guy. We are all different. And if you think about the biggest comics out there right now, you got Bill Burr. Bill Burr's a fucking amazing comedian. Honestly, one of my favorites. But he's absolutely nothing like Sebastian Maniscalco, another one of my all-time favorites. And he's absolutely nothing like David Chappelle, another one of my all-time favorites. And he's absolutely nothing like Shane Gillis. Shane Gillis is Shane Gillis all day. He has his own voice, and it's hilarious. His point of view is hilarious. That's why he's so successful, because he's him. You're not getting a carbon copy cutout of all these other guys that talk the same. Stop being robots on stage. Stop being robots. Be a person. Be a real person. Sorry, I got into lecturing. But yeah, that's my 2 cents on that. We're not all miserable any more than anybody else, by the way. Yes, we're fucking miserable, but not any more than anybody else in any other profession. Oh, that felt good. Guys, my name is Jason Collings. I do stand-up. Make sure you like, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you know when a new one of these is coming at you. Also, big news. I am going back into producing. I'm going to produce a stand-up show in Bellflower on July 17th at the Stand-Up Comedy Club in Bellflower, California. I'm producing a show called Jason Collings Presents Curated Stand-Up Comedy, and that's exactly what it is. I curated that lineup. I chose the comedians. They weren't suggested to me. No one even knew. Nobody knows I've even been doing the show until right now that I'm announcing it. But they're comics that I picked because I think they are funny, and I think that you will think they're funny. They're not picked based on their social media following. They're not picked based on their sexual orientation. They're not picked based on their race. They are picked solely on their skill as a stand-up comedian and a funny motherfucker. So I got a show coming up July 17th in Bellflower, California. Jason Collings Presents Curated Stand-Up Comedy. Show is doors at 7. Show starts at 8. Get your tickets. They're available now. I will put the link in the description of this video. Again, thank you guys so much for always listening to me and hanging out with me. Talk to you later. Bye. Give it up for 'em, y'all.